Big smiles all round from Alpecin-Deceuninck. A third stage win at this Tour de France for Jasper Philipsen. They had to wait 10 stages before recording a win. Since then, they've won almost half of them. Phenomenal stuff. And I've got to say a very warm welcome to Larry Warbass. Welcome to the show, Larry.
Thanks. Yeah, good to be here.
Lovely to have you. What did you make of that then?
Yeah, it was a long day, but a quick sprint, so that was good. Yeah, a lot of action. Unfortunately, hopefully Biniam will be okay, but other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of action today. But
yeah, it tends to get packed into the last kilometre, doesn't it, of a sprint? And that was furious stuff, Robbie, wasn't it? Larry said as we were watching it live from about a kilometre out, they're doing everything right. Alpecin-Deceuninck, they look like they can take this, and you've been saying the same thing. Yeah,
you tend to watch, a favourite like Philipsen and his team, and Van der Poel. How can you look next to him with the world champion's jersey, the full white kit? That means he's on form. You go full white, you're going well. But they were just hovering near the front, but they never put somebody in the wind from their lead-out train. They just used everybody else, stayed really well grouped together. There's such good discipline and skill, touch of luck as well for nothing to go wrong. But when they got up alongside Uno X and then made that acceleration into those final couple of roundabouts, said, well, this is it. It looks like Jasper's going to take it, because where it was going from there was just getting lined out. There were then lead-out men who sort of got trapped in the line, almost getting in the way of their own sprinters as the speed went up with Van der Poel on the front. And, really, unfortunately, Biniam Girmay in that crash into the barriers about, 1.5 kilometres to go or so. That's lit up the green jersey competition again, unfortunately for Binny. But on the other side, think back to Turin. Jasper Philipsen got caught behind the crash. He missed one. He got relegated on another sprint. So I guess you could look at it and say, well, now they've both had an equal amount of bad luck, just about, and it's game on for the intermediate sprints. But the actual sprint itself, just textbook.
Yeah, we do hope that Biniam is going to be okay. What do we know about that crash, Danny? Did we get to see what happened?
Not a huge amount. It was just those roundabouts, a quick succession of roundabouts in the last 10 kilometres, and you could really feel that tension building throughout the whole of the peloton. We just sit here, Biniam is already on the floor on the right-hand side by those barriers. We did hear from Anders that on the final roundabout, there was fresh tarmac that was laid by the organisers to open up the exit to that roundabout. This is the images of him coming into the line with 2 teammates, so hopefully he is okay, because he's had a phenomenal tour and now that gap has closed. So yeah, we never want to see this happen, and we've talked about, haven't we, the road furniture in the finals. The ASO have been so on it with the relegations in intermediate sprints and the finishes, but to me what they haven't been on is the road furniture, the finales of these tour stages, whether it be the centre reservation that we saw that horrible crash that took out Primoz Roglic, or today's crash with 1.5k to go.
Yeah, you didn't like that run-in necessarily, Robbie, did you?
No, I've sort of talked about it a lot throughout the day. There was 10 roundabouts through the last 10k. A lot of them were passage only on one side, which narrows down the road, squeezes the peloton. And as we get closer to the finish, each one gets more critical. The speeds get higher. And that was a particularly sharp entry into that roundabout, sort of quite a sharp left. And then the speed just carries you back towards the roundabout itself. And when you're pushing to the front and position is everything, somebody ends up, it's like musical chairs, somebody misses out. But in this case, they get to sit down, unfortunately, on the road.
Yeah, well, we will bring you any updates that we get, of course, from Biniam Girmay and how he is. He has, of course, crossed the line. He is well enough to be on his bike, and we hope he's well enough to keep contesting that green jersey, because it has been a thrill to watch.